Here's a tour of the man cave in its current state. You got a reconditioned tire changer. Is a Rocket 3 engine, freshly rebuilt, ready to be installed. Jerry Liggett rebuilt the engine to a very high standard. And the wicker sidecar that fits on the 33 Sunbeam, just sitting up a little higher right there. And we have Walter's Firebird that I was helping him to do a few minor repairs to it after he had a little crash. And in the foreground, my new KTM 500cc EXC-F that I've been using for long distance off-road travel. And Tom, Jamie's dad, here's his little scooter that he bought new in the 70s. We need to get it running. And behind that, Jamie's famous chopper with a whatever 2000cc S&S engine in it. He rode it around the block once and parked it, and it's been sitting here for 10 years gathering dust. And then a Rocket 3 1971 Mark II that's nearly finished, going to be on sale here shortly. Had a full restoration from the frame up, all the fasteners, frame and paint powder coated, and lots of new chrome, engine rebuilt. Behind that, 33 Sunbeam, a real old survivor in original condition. It accepts the wicker sidecar, which I bought it as with the sidecar on it. And of course I'll never tear that down and repaint it or anything. I'll leave it just as is. On the bench is the Marni R3. I'm currently revitalizing that. It's been sitting neglected for a year or more, so it's getting new tires and a tune-up and everything else that goes along with a year or two of neglect. And it doesn't need very much to bring it back up to its former glory. And behind that, I have a milling machine, which I bought and haven't even used, and really don't even know how to use it yet. And I bought it together with this Logan lathe, which was already in very nice condition, and then I brought it up to a higher standard. And with the aid of my machinist neighbor Les, I've been learning how to use that. I'm looking forward to getting better use of that. Then over here is kind of the pride of the fleet, really. It's my 1936 500cc overhead valve, a Q7, which was essentially the same as the Blue Star, which shortly thereafter became the Empire Star. And I bought this from the original owner on a sheep station way out in the bush in Western Queensland. And that old boy had bought it new in Brisbane in 1936 and rode it 300 or 400 miles of gravel roads and parked it against his shed in 1948. And I saw it there in 1973, and I purchased it and have owned it since then. And of course, it's had a full restoration, and it has now had two owners in 84 4 years, and it's got all the classic hallmarks of a 30s British single. And here's Paul's 690, formerly mine, engine out. We're rebuilding it. It chewed up an oil ring on our ride on the Continental Divide, and so here we've got the engine parts, and we hope to have it together soon. And finally is the Dunstall 810, 1971, full suite of Dunstall parts. I bought it from the original owner, and he had had it air freighted from England in a crate in 1971. And like a lot of performance bikes, he thrashed it and broke about everything on it, and I bought it from him requiring a full makeover. However, it does have about every Dunstall part known to man is completely original in that way. So that's it, the Man Cave.